Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real, facts over fear. So, I live in North Carolina, in case you don't know. And yesterday, Governor Roy Cooper had a press conference, and because the number of cases in North Carolina are rising, I wouldn't use the word spike or dramatic or anything like that, but they are rising after we all kind of thought it was all over. I mean, that was my feeling anyway. And he gave a little speech, and they've got some kind of toolbox. I don't know. I don't remember all the details. The only thing I was concerned about is that there might be a move back towards some kind of mask mandate, and fortunately that did not happen. And from the tone of what he said, and then from a couple of the questions that he answered, I mean, I think if we get back up above a certain level, they've probably got a target in mind. We may end up with a mask mandate again, but then on the other hand, they issued part of the executive order was that everyone in grades 8 through 12 did not have to have a mask. Now I don't know at school, excuse me. So I don't know if the students are going to have to prove they've been vaccinated, or that's just kind of a blanket rule like it is in the rest of society, you know. But so it seems to me that we're still moving away from having to wear masks. And he was even asked a pointed question about would we have to go back to masks, and he did not answer that question. He answered it by saying we need people to get vaccinated. And I said, I thought fair enough. That's not a bad answer. The only problem I have, really, aside from all the other political issues that I don't agree with him on, but his handling of this pandemic has not been awful, but I think it is just not. It's not been adequate. And I think the last month illustrates what I'm talking about. This is the first time in a month he has been on television or on the internet. That's why I watched him on the internet. Because, of course, the local news station in Raleigh, which we can't get unless I look at it online, but this has been the first time in a month he's been on TV talking about anything. And so to me, it shows a lack of leadership on his part, because if getting vaccinated were so important, then he would be on the TV a lot. I mean, he is the governor of the state, and he is a Democrat, and all of the news outlets in all the major cities are liberal, and so there's no way in the world, that they're going to deny him airtime to say what he wants to say. I mean, that's just the way it is. And so he could be on TV twice a day, every day, somewhere, but he's not. And so I think part of the problem actually in North Carolina is, the governor goes silent on an issue for a month because everybody thinks everything's over, and it turns out, I don't know, right? I can't figure out a criteria or a variable that explains why the cases are going up. They've gone up about 250% in the last 2 weeks on a rolling average, and so that's pretty significant. Although the beginning average was quite low, it was like right around 300 a day. Now we're up to about 750, 800 a day. So it's not like last winter when we had 8,000 a day on a 14-day rolling average. So we're not, it's not time to press the panic button. But still, you would think if someone really believed in the vaccine and really believed that it was the right thing to do, they would not only get on the media that is more than welcome to have him anytime he wants, but that he would actually bring a cogent argument based on the statistics of the disease to impress upon people that it is really important that you get a vaccination. I mean, if that's what you believe, I don't believe that. I don't believe it's important to get a vaccination, but if you believe that, then that's what you should be doing. And that's what he has not been doing. And so that's my only beef with him. I've always thought he is a do-nothing governor. He was a do-nothing attorney general. And he has done really nothing as governor that's been proactively useful, because he isn't proactive at all. He just waits until the Republican legislature passes a bill, and then he makes a big deal about signing it. But there's nothing. He doesn't have. I don't think he has a vision for the state. I just think he likes being governor. I don't know, and so that's disappointing. I could, and that's why I don't respect him. I mean, I could respect someone if they did what I just said they should do, and I would say, well, you know what? I really disagree with you, and I think you're full of it, but I can at least appreciate that you're getting out in front of the people and you are trying to use facts to change people's minds. And if the people hear the facts and they change their mind, hey, then that's the way it is. I mean, because this is it's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic, but at the state level, it's more of a democracy. And so, you know, I just that's my critique. You know, I'm not trying to be, I'm not going to use any bad words. I'm not going to call names because I don't think that's useful. And just like I don't think it's useful when people in the news call people who don't get the vaccine irresponsible or stupid or misinformed or whatever. It's like, who do you think you're changing the minds of by just using pejorative terms? You're not changing anybody's mind. If you really had some facts, if you really have some facts, and of course, and remember, you know, the people, I mean, he's a part, the governor is a part of state government, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, she's a part of state government. They have the stats. They absolutely do. Maybe they're no good. Maybe the people reporting them don't do a good job, but they have stats. And by and large, they do share them, but I've never really heard, I've listened to 3 or 4 of these press conferences now. There's never really a breakdown, a true breakdown of what's going on. And I think that's why a lot of people are like, well, you know, just telling somebody to do something really doesn't, that's not a hearts and minds campaign. That's just a, I'm your daddy and I know better campaign. Well, guess what? I'm 58 years old and you're not my daddy, right? And I think that's how a lot of people think about it who have not gotten the vaccine. So anyway, there we go. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it when you do. And we will see you on the next fact-filled and insightful and productive